Welcome to Montana Matters. We're joined by the United States Marshals. With us today, we have Rod Ostermiller, U.S. Marshal, and it's so great to have you on the show today,
Thanks
Rod.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So we're talking today about the U.S. Marshals and all of the great things that you're doing for the public out there and here in Montana as well. What all do U.S. Marshals do?
Well, we have two main missions. Our first mission is to provide for the safety and security of the federal courts. And our second mission is to provide for the apprehension of fugitives throughout the state of Montana.
Okay, so very critical missions. Why are the U.S. Marshals so important to the community? What would the community say if we didn't have you, for instance?
Well, I think we have a very positive impact in any community that we go into. I think we have a very good effect as far as reducing crime rates, reducing recidivism rates, and we're very good partners. We're very good at partnering with state and local law enforcement agencies and the general public as well.
Okay, and so doing wonderful things, keeping us all safe. What is a BOLO? We've heard about the BOLO alerts, but tell us about these.
Well, the BOLO program is a wonderful program that we started about 12, 13 years ago with Q2. The Montana Violent Offender Task Force is asking for help from the viewers of Montana's news station. This week, be on the lookout for Jamie Chandler. Chandler is wanted on a felony warrant for probation violation based on a conviction for burglary. Chandler is a white male, 45 years old, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. If you have information regarding Chandler, contact the U.S. Marshal Service or your local law enforcement agency. And what it essentially does is it informs the public, in regards to who we're looking for at any given time. And that's extremely important because we consider the public our best partner. Right. The more they can get involved in what we're doing and the more effective that we can be. And so it does two things for us. It allows us to perform our job in a more safe and effective fashion. That's important. We need to provide for the safety of the community, our deputies, our task force officers, and the people that we pursue. But it also brings value to the taxpayer because it allows us really to perform our job much more efficiently and effectively. Okay,
so people can see the BOLO alerts. What do they do? What do you advise them to do if they see someone?
Well, the first thing they should do is understand that the local police department or the sheriff's department is your first line of defense when it comes to law enforcement. And we have partnerships throughout the state with a number of police departments and sheriff's departments. So that would be your first agency that you would call. Okay. If you recognize someone that you've seen on a BOLO.
Okay. So very good advice there. What are some other ways that the public can assist the U.S. Marshals?
More than anything, I think the public, just as long as they're aware of what's going on in the community. We have a terrible methamphetamine problem that exists in every community throughout the state of Montana. And I think we need to be good neighbors. I think we need to look out for each other. And if something just does not seem right, don't be afraid to call your local police department and let them know what's going on.
Okay, and this is something where the U.S. Marshals, you are partnering with all of these local law enforcement agencies.
We are. In fact, last year we made over 1,800 felony arrests. And we predominantly focus on our larger cities in Montana. So we have task forces in Billings, Great Falls, Missoula, and Bozeman. But we're always looking to expand. We feel like we would like to be operating in every community in the state of Montana.
Okay. And like you mentioned, the public is so important. So if you see anything going on, you want to reach out to your local law enforcement.
Absolutely. Local law enforcement is number one.
All right. Well, very good. Rod, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. And thanks to the U.S. Marshals for everything that you're doing to keep our communities safe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.